Solidify!
Going in! Huh? Let me scribe. Fate is upon you. Ha! This one's got your name on it! Ha! Fate is upon you. This one's got your name on it! Feeling lucky?
What's up guys? Welcome to the showcase of our free-to-play mafia boss, Navia. I've built her as best as I could, level 90 with talent 10, 10, 8. I've even went ahead and wasted 4 more billets for R5 Tidal shadows just to show you Navia's maximum potential as free-to-play. Please don't follow me on this, you'll get a much better one for free in just a few days. As for the artifacts, I'm going for standard 2+2 with around 240 quick value. This should be on par with a decently good echoing wood set. Now without further ado, let's start with her solo damage. Navia's specialty is her umbrella shotgun, so let's start with it. This is the damage without any stats. Now for the 3 stats. And now the maximum 6 stats. As you see, every stat makes a huge difference, especially 0 to 3 stats. So to play her well, your first priority is to generate crystals, and her burst is the most efficient way. It's okay to sacrifice some damage for ER just to make sure the burst is up at all times. Not to mention it's a steady source of damage after all. As for normal attack, it's kinda average, nothing really crazy. Now just like every attack scaling character, Bennett is godly for Navia. What can I say? It's the best damage buffer for her. So try your best to include Bennett in your team. By the way, Goro is a really bad support for Navia. Even at C6, the buff is just too weak, even weaker than Zhongli. So let's just forget his assistance when you play Navia. Now get ready for the team showcase. It's going to be fun. From my experience so far, this is the best team for DPS Navia. As we know, Navia lacks AoE, and Xiangling is literally the best answer for that. It's her specialty. Even without Vaporize, she can still dish out pretty heavy AoE damage. By the way, the synergy among this team is absolutely perfect. Just see this diagram I made. Every single buff is utilized to its fullest. Both Navia and Xiangling can receive buffs from Zhongli and Bennett. Besides, with double Geo Pyro, there will be enough crystals for Navia for more damage. There's only one downside for this team. You can't trigger Tidal Shadow's passive. Well, not a problem for long. You'll get the magic sword very soon. Despite her skill set, Navia is actually quite decent as Hypercarry. It's almost the same team as before, but with Furina instead of Xiangling. Compared to Xiangling, Furina is a great damage buffer, especially if you have C2, which I don't, by the way. Anyway, her HP drain allows Navia to use Hunter set, saving you resources from farming her own artifacts. Overall, compared to Xiangling, this team is better off against single target. Most importantly, you get to see some really big numbers with it. As for the alternative, Mona is actually a great choice aside from Furina. As you see for Navia's gameplay, most of her damage lies on the first few seconds in her rotation, which allows Mona to buff most of them. So as the damage buff goes, Mona is actually a bit better than C0 Furina, especially when she's carrying TTDS. If you have C6 Ningguang built already, you can try this team. The rotation is quite simple. Just activate all your buffs and alternate between Navia and Ningguang. Compared to Hypercarry, it's easier to stack out Furina's buff with this team. Besides, Navia can actually use Golden Troop, again saving you resources gambling in her domain. Now, time to test some other teams. It's very tempting to have Navia join Itto, as both of them are fellow Gel Claymore users. Navia needs crystals, that means you can't win triple draw with Goro. So that's why I choose this team for the showcase. Itto, Navia, Rina, and Bennett. Honestly, it's not as bad as I thought. If you really want to see them together, this is the team for you.
Feeling lucky? Hiya! Let my name echo in song. Teamwork is dreamwork. Fire! Well, with rocks. Watch out!
That was a 200k shot, by the way. As alternative, you can go for Yelan and Zhongli. But Yelan here will mostly just be a buffer, as both Navia and Itto can't trigger her sub DPS well. Nevertheless, it's at least working.
Game's up. Fun's over. Attack! That's the way. Hey then!
Let's roll! Oh, coming through!
Yes, I know the rules. Everybody is strong if you join Hyperbloom family, but for Navia, it's actually the opposite. Like I showed earlier, Navia heavily relies on crystals for her damage. But in this team, you almost never get any crystals because all elements are being used to create seeds. Besides, there's absolutely zero synergy between Geo and Hyperbloom. If anything, they are actually pulling each other's leg in their performance. This is by no means is unplayable, it's just there are lots of better choice than her.
Proper send-off from the C0 with love. This one's got your name on it.
Now you're probably not expecting this. There's an unorthodox but actually valid build for Navia, a support build. For your information, Navia is the only one who is capable of absorbing crystals from afar, aside from Goro. This makes her the perfect user for Archive Petra. No longer you're frustrated to see stupid crystals stuck under the enemies. No need to worry about losing damage with this set. Compared to 2+2, it's merely around 5% damage loss. A shame I can't directly show you the damage on my Archive Petra Navia, because for some reason, all my pieces roll to energy recharge. I've never seen a full set with this much ER in my entire life. Well anyway, as this artifact only buffs one element, it's best to put her in mono element team. Lily's mono pyro is actually viable with Navia, replacing Kazuha. This might be the best team for support Navia, because both Bennett and Johnny can buff her too. Another possible team is the Aggravate team, again working as Kazuha's alternative. If I'm to be honest, I think Kazuha is still better. The resistance threat for the Viridescence is just irreplaceable.
Emerge right now. Coming at ya.
As you wish, a bitter pill to swallow.
The last one I'm gonna show you is Kokomi. However, just like Aggravate,
Ring cutter.
Kazuha's resist threat is hard to replace. It's especially painful against these doggies because their resistance is high. So only use Navia when he's busy in other teams.
Let's move out. Hold the line. Let the world come on.
So that's all for this showcase. I think Navia is quite a decent DPS. My personal favorite is obviously the double pyro duo. So what do you think of Navia? Which team do you like the most? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Well then, see ya in the next one.